Hello children, how are you? Fine. Well, in today's class we are going to learn about diary entry. This is the composition part and this is my first video on composition part. This is your diary entry. See, part 1. This is in your composition section. Okay, so how do we write a diary? What are the steps? How a body is written and how and what we write at the end of the diary. We have to learn it each step by step. See, so first of all, see the format of your diary entry. In the format you are watching, in the first you have to write down day, comma, date. Later on time, then dear diary, then the body comes, and at last you have to write down with love and you have to add your name. This is the format of your diary. So what things we have to keep in our mind while writing a diary? We have to follow 5 steps. What? 5 steps. Easily remember these steps. In the first one step, you have to write down day, date. Day, you have to write down the day when you are going to write the diary, then put a comma and write down the date of that particular day. Then you are watching an arrow, a sign of arrow. A sign of arrow represents that you have to leave one line, a gap of one line is required. After writing day, date, you have to leave a line and later on you have to write down what? Time. And what thing you have to keep in your mind while writing time? You have to mention PM, not AM. Why? You will ask me why, sir? Why not AM? Why PM only? Because we write diaries at the end of the day. And the day's end when after having our meal, we retire for our break. And this is most probably PM, not AM. Okay? And just keep in mind, from 9 to 11:45. You can mention the time from 9 to 11:45. It must be in PM. You have to keep it in. Okay? Well, later on, after mentioning the time, it must be in PM. As you can see, in example, I have mentioned 10:45. Okay? Later on, you leave one line, then write on dear diary. After leaving one line, you are watching what? A sign of arrow over here. This arrow represents that you have to leave one line. You have to leave what? One line. And then write down dear diary. You can also name your diary. In some of the diary entries, you must have seen that people write the name of their diary. For example, my dear Kitty, my dear Pretty. Okay, such blah blah blah, such kinds of name you can add. Okay. Later on, leave a line. Again, you are watching a wire. This arrow represents what? Yes, you are right. This arrow represents that you have to leave one line. You have to write down the body. And after body, leave one line. At the end, write down your with love. And in the last, write down a name. This is all about the format of diary. So how you are going to write it? Just see in this video. See you. So first of all, day and date. And day and date, I have just removed day and date. And after removing the day and date, I have to write on what? It is what? It is Wednesday today. Wednesday, put a comma, 26th August 2020. This is today. And at the place of time, we have to write in what? 9 p.m. 9:45 p.m. Then leave one line, then write down dear diary, No doubt, I have also written dear diary. Here, dear diary. Okay? And if you are not writing dear diary, write down dear Kitty, dear Pretty, dear anything you can name your diary. And later on, you have to use the body. How do we write the body? We can start writing the body with today like word. Okay, today has been one of the wonderful day of my life. You can also add your experiences. So you will ask me, sir, what is the general word limit of a diary? For general word limit of a diary, for up to grade 8, it is 50 to 60. When your grade is upgraded, that means you are in 9, 10, your word limit may be 100. And one thing more you have to keep in your mind. Many people, many scholars are in confusion whether the whole entire diary should be in enclosure or not. Some of them says that it must be in enclosure. While many scholars says that a diary should not be in enclosure. Why? Because whatever thing happened that day, it depends upon the incident. If the incident is more than 50 words or 100 words, it may go to another page. In that circumstance, tell me, are you able to put it in enclosure? Absolutely no. So, here my advice is that you should not use enclosure while writing diary. So, what tense you have to use while body? So, first of all, word limitation. Word limit. The word limit generally it is from 50 to 60 words or as demanded by the question. If the question is saying that you have to put your diary, your own views on the particular any date or any day in 200 words, then you have to use 200 words. So you will ask me another one question, sir, how many, what kinds of tenses we should use while writing diary? So you can use, first of all, simple past tense. Later on you can use present perfect. You can also use simple future. You can also use what? Simple future. Simple future. With the help of these tenses, you can write down your box. Okay? Your grammar should be correct. It must be step by step happening what happened that day. And at last, but not the least, mention, I am feeling sleepy. I am feeling sleepy. Inside the word, this is the part of the body. Good night. Good night. I am feeling sleepy. Good night. You have to mention I am feeling sleepy. Good night. And the last part, last step of your diary entry is what? Write down with love your name. Put down XYZ. You can also put down your own name. Children, I am very much sure you must have enjoyed this video. In this video, we learned about the steps of diary entry. We learned about the format of a diary entry, which is very, very important. We also learned for what these arrows represent. This arrow represents the leaving of one line. space. Okay. So wait for my next video. Till then, do take care of yourself. Bye bye.